All right. Are you ready to make big money today? Big money today? Is your change a little strange and your money a little funny? Do you have more month than you got money? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to create mountains of money. I'm going to show you 3 ways to earn big money. I'm talking about gigantic checks. I'm talking about that cheddar that make it cheese. I'm talking about plenty of printed paper with pertinent presidents on it. I'm talking about that galloping gold. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get straight into our idea. So there are 3 ways for you to be able to make big money. All right. Number one, you need to solve big problems. Number one, you need to have a big heart. Number two, you need to solve big problems. And number three, you need to have big skills. All right. So number one, you need to have a big heart. Number two, you need to solve big problems. And number three, you need to have big skills. Okay. So let's go to the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17. And let's look at the story of when the whole country is hemmed up and got a really big problem. And there's some opportunities for some real big money to be made if somebody can solve this real big problem, who's got a real big and some big skills. All right. So in the 17th chapter of 1 Samuel, and Israel, the country, is at war, having a fight. They got a big problem though. The big problem is this cat named Goliath. Goliath is a giant. He's so big. He got six fingers on each hand. He got 6 toes on each toe. He got an armor bearer carrying a shield that weigh a couple of 100 pounds. And he got a spear. And he's a big problem. He's a big problem. And he's a big problem. And he's talking big smack too. He's for 40 days, he's telling Israel, telling the whole country, he said, find a man that can come out here and fight me. He said, if he whoop me, we'll be our slaves. He said, if we whoop you, you'll be the Philistine slaves. So he's the leader of a gang called the Philistines. And these some vicious cats. They'll chop your head off and walk around with it like a prize, just like Denzel did in the flick Gladiator, walking around with a dude's head. That's how crazy they was back in the Bible days. That's how crazy people are these days, too, for that matter. But they used to sport heads back in the day, So Goliath out there looking for somebody's head to chop off. So Israel got a big problem. Why? Because ain't nobody want to step to this dude because they nobody even care about the big money they can make. Why? Because they ain't got no big heart. See, the reason people can't make big money is because they don't have a big heart. People have a little bitty heart, like the Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You're a sniffering, quivering skunk. There are 3 words that describe you best, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk. You're a vile one, Mr. Grinch. See, problem with folks is they got that little bitty heart like the Grinch. So you ain't gonna make no big money with no little heart. You dig what I'm saying? You have to have a heart conversion to make some big money. So here's David. David hears about what's going on. No, David don't even know what's going on. David has a big heart before he even get to the fight. He already got a big heart. So his daddy told him, he said, man, go down there and check out what's going on. So David said, cool, I'm gonna go see what's going on, daddy. So he get down here and he hears this dude talking crazy, Goliath. He's telling everybody, hey man, for 40 days he's been talking crazy, telling everybody, if you come and whoop me, we'll be your slaves. If we whoop you, you'll be our slaves. So he said, man, what's going on down here? They said, you hear that dude talking? And right when he walks up, the dude started talking crazy again. So David said, oh man, who is this dude talking crazy like this to God's people like this? Got us hammed up like we in a sewing machine shop, like we had singers at Joanne's Fabrics or something like that. Got us hemmed up like this. Say, who is this mother? He said, we got to do something about this cat. He said, what does the man get who knocked this cat off? So David got a big heart, and now he's ready to solve a big problem. Because if you want to make big money, you can go from little money to big money. You start focusing on big problems. All right. So everybody put BPO. Stop solving little problems because you ain't gonna make no big money. All right. So everybody that want to make some big money, put BPO in the chat. And I'm gonna teach you the next point. BPO. All right. BPO. Big money. I'm sorry. Big money only. BMO rather. No. I'm sorry. BPO. Yeah. Big problems only. BPO. All right. Y'all got that? Big problems only. Let's go. If you're gonna solve some problems, solve some big problems. All right. It takes just as much time to be solving a little problem as it takes to solve a big problem. So why spend your time on a little problem? Because when you get through solving it, you're gonna get that little bitty check. a little bitty magnifying glass check, that Sherlock Holmes check, all around this with that magnifying glass. This is a little check, Mr. Holmes. Yeah, it is. Why? Because you're solving little problems. So if you want to make some big money, you have to solve big problems, but you need a big heart. So here, David, he showed up. He said, "What happened to the cat who knocks off this dude? First of all, who is this dude right here? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine?" All right, and so they say, "Man, this dude been defying us for 40 days." He said, "Man, let me at him. I could whoop him." All right, so they bring him up in front of Saul, and they say, "Saul, hey man, we got this little young boy major here, and he said he can whoop this dude." So Saul's like, "What?" He said, "David, listen, man." He said, "This dude is a gangster. All right, he's a gangster. This dude is Frank Lucas. All right, this dude is Bumpy Johnson. This dude is Louis. What's the dude name? What's the dude with the bad eye? Y'all know the gangster dude anyway. He can't even think his name right now. Lucky Luciani. Yeah, yeah. This dude is this dude is a gangster, man. All right, and he's a thug. Okay, this dude is a killer. He killed people for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you're gonna be his lunch, his breakfast, and his dinner because you're just a young boy. You don't know nothing about this. And he said, "Back up, man. This is above your pay grade, David. This is a big problem. You can't handle a big problem like this." David said, "Well, one thing that you don't understand is two things you understand. First of all, I got a big heart. And number two, I got big skills. All right. So those are the three. All right. Number one, you need to solve a big problem, but you can't solve big problems unless you got a big heart and you got big skills. Some people have skills, but they ain't got no heart, like some of y'all. Some of y'all got some skills, and most people ain't gonna never find out about it. Why? Because you ain't got enough heart to bring your skills to the marketplace. All right. And then some of y'all got a big heart, but you ain't got no skills. You say, what do you mean by that? Yeah, you got all the heart in the world, but you don't know what you're doing. So you got to have the combination of all three of them to make big money. Nobody who makes big money beg nobody to do business with. All of us who make big money, everybody chase us. I hear what I'm saying? Why? Because we got three things. All we do is work on these three things, and the money comes to us. When you work on these three things, money comes to you. You don't have to go out looking for no money. It comes to you. You just work on these three things. Number one, solve big problems. Number two, have a big heart. Number three, have big skills. Combine all three of those things together, and you have to have big money. Big money is just a result of those three things. All right. Okay. So here's David. David has all three of these. He wants to solve big problems. He's got a big heart. He's got big skills. So he gets in front of Saul. Saul don't know. Saul don't know nothing about David. He don't know how you get down. So he says, you just a kid. And this dude been fighting people since he was a kid. So David said, well, let me give you my resume because you ain't up on me. You sleep on me. You don't know how I get down. All right. He said, first of all, I want to solve this big problem because I got a big heart. David said, is there not a cause? Is there not a cause? See, when you got a big heart, your heart is not for money. Your heart is for your cause. Are you listening to me? Got a big cause, not a big B cause. You got a big cause. Then what? Now you are able to solve big problems because the problem is smaller than your cause. Did y'all get that? I said the problem is smaller than your cause. You can't serve big problems unless you got a big cause, because that means that you have a big heart. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You got a big heart. Your heart is bigger than the problem because your cause is bigger than the problem. And when your cause is bigger than the problem, then the problem has to fall before your cause. Y'all get that? I said, when your cause is bigger than your problem, then your problem has to fall before your cause. Because the cause is bigger than the problem is not bigger than the cause. So you have to expand your heart. In order to make money, you have to expand your heart. You have to have a cause that's bigger than the problem that people got because you can solve their problem. Because you're not looking at their problem the way they're looking at it. That's why you can solve it. Why? Because the problem is too big for them, but the problem is little to you. Why? Because your cause is bigger than the problem. I wish I had a church up in here because I feel like preaching. Y'all feel like listening? I say, y'all feel like listening this morning? Put I'm listening in the chat if y'all listen. Let me make sure I got at least 10 people that's ready because y'all going to make some big money after you learn this lesson today. Who's ready to make some big money? I said, who's ready to make some big money? I said, who's ready to make some things? You tired of little money? I'm tired of little money for you. Why? I'm telling you right now, get a big cause and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Get a big cause. You listening? You listening? Who else listening over here? Who listening? You listening, Carlos? Come on, I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna show you how to make your calls bigger than the little problems people got. They big problems gonna be little problems to you. Why? Because your call's so big. Who else got a big cause over here? All right, you listening, Kendra? Let's go. Ray, you listening? All right, Javon, you listening? Let's go. Estella, are you listening? Come on, let's go. Let's get this party started. So David shows up and he's got a big cause. His cause is so big until it makes the problem small. All right. Now he's got a big cause and he's got a big heart and he's got big skills. So let's measure what's compared to the problem that he's dealing with. And let's see how much money he ends up making as a result of it. Okay. So he tells Saul, he said, look, Saul, he said, you don't know. He said, you don't understand that I already got a resume of dealing with problems that's bigger than this. Saul's like, what? Well, drop it like it's hot. He said, okay, let me tell you what happened. He said, I'm a shepherd boy. All right. I got a little meek, modest job, but I've been solving some big problems over here. Okay. First big problem I had was that a lion came up and tried to snatch one of my sheep. Well, I wasn't having that. Why? Because I got a big heart. I can't let a lion take my. Can you close the door, baby? If y'all talking, can you close the door? Yeah, yeah, close the door if y'all be talking. Just all in the middle of the live and stuff. My daughter's over here, so her and Shantae just start, just talking right in the middle of stuff. All right, so if you got a big cause and you got big skills to go along with it, this is what David is telling Saul. He's like, listen, he said, a lion came and tried to get my sheep. He said, so I can't have that. I would die before I would let a lion take one of my sheep. So you got a big cause when what? You'll die for it. Are you hearing me? See, people want to make big money, but I'm like, you don't really have nothing that you're living for that you're willing to die for. So that's why I tell everybody I meet. I say, y'all need to meet Jesus Christ. I say, why? I said, I make a lot of money. You know why? Because I'm not afraid to die. Because I got a big cause. What's my cause? My cause is that I want to see people get over the fear of people and make it to heaven. That's my cause. That's why I get out of bed. So because I don't have no fear of dying, I ain't got no fear of living. Are y'all listening to me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because I don't fear death, I don't fear life. Most people's problem is that they fear death. So when you fear death, you fear life too. So that means that you die before you die. That means you live a dead life. You're basically the walking dead. Why? Because you ain't got no heart. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? When you ain't got no heart, it's hard for you to make a video. When you ain't got no heart, it's hard for you to write a book. When you ain't got no heart, it's hard for you to make big money. Why? Because you don't want to be exposed to nobody. Because you're afraid of people. Are you hearing me? I'm not afraid of people. I ain't afraid of a human being on the face of the earth. Why? Because if you kill me, I'm dead or off. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So when you got that type of attitude about life, it gives you a big heart. But and you can solve big problems. Why? Because every problem that you're dealing with is smaller than you. It's smaller than your heart. It's smaller than your cause. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You got to have something that you're willing to die for. Once you become willing to die for something, then everything becomes small. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You need some what? You need your heart to be so big until it's bigger than life, bigger than this little puny temporary life. Why? Because all of our lives are temporary. Everybody gonna die. All right. The question ain't whether you're gonna die. The question is whether you're gonna live until you die. Are you hear what I'm talking about? And I don't know about you, but I'm not dying twice. Ain't nothing happening. I canceled that contract with the devil. I told the devil, I'm not gonna walk around here being your yo-yo. I'm not gonna walk around here being your little punk. I'm not gonna be your peon. You're not gonna dictate my life to me. I'm not gonna be afraid to die because you got me tricking off. I ain't gonna do it. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repent from that. And the word repent means change your mind. Okay. So I'm gonna repent about this idea of being afraid of death because I'm gonna stop doing the stuff that make me afraid to die. Are you hearing me? I'm gonna spend my time doing stuff that's honorable and noble. So that when I get up in the morning, I get up in the morning with plenty of kahunas because I ain't afraid of nobody and nothing. Are you listening to me? That could be your life too. That ain't God ain't no respect of persons. All right. You heard that old song they used to sing in church. There is no secret what God can do, what He's done for others, He'll do for you and you and you. With His arms wide open, He'll pardon you. There is no secret what God can do. Hey, it ain't no secret what God can do. God ain't no respect of persons. If He'll save a thug like me, He'll save a thug like you. If he'll save a fake religious dude like me, he'll save a fake religious dude like you. If he'll save a perpetrating fraud like me, he'll save a perpetrating fraud like you. And you don't have to walk around here all scared of your shadow. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? So David ain't afraid of nothing. He ain't afraid to die. So when a lion came to take his sheep because he got a big heart, he was like, I'd rather die than let the lion get away with run off of here with one of these sheep. So he took the lion and gave him the business. You know what I'm saying? Wrung his neck with his bare hands. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the lion's name was Mufasa or who he was, whatever. But he come to find out, boy, he met his match. So the lion over here laying on the side of the road, dead, neck broke. And old Yogi Bear must not have got the message. So here come Yogi. Hey, boo boo. Hey, boo boo. You see them sheep over there? Let's go over here and get some of these sheep over here. He said, man, but they got a shepherd dude over there. Boo boo's like, they got a shepherd dude over there. Okay, this is my imagination. All right. Roll with me, okay? So Boo Boo like, hey, they got a shepherd dude over there. He broke Mufasa's neck. I don't know about that, Yogi. I think we should bag up off them sheep over there. Go get some lunch someplace else. Yogi like, don't worry about that, Boo Boo. He ain't nothing but a mere mortal. Well, I'm over here, what? I'm a thousand pounds. He ain't nothing but a little lightweight, but he weigh about 170. He like, don't worry about him, Boo Boo. We'll eat him too. so Yogi Bear didn't get the message, right? So he gets over here and he tried to take one of David's sheep. David like, oh no, Yogi, you don't understand. I was afraid of the lion, and I ain't afraid of you either. Matter of fact, I'd die before you get one of them sheep. So what did he do? He gave him the flu block and strangled him to death too. What he said, gave him the business with his bare hands. All right. He said, so Saul, he said, you don't know nothing about me. He said, you don't know nothing about me. Y'all sitting out here, y'all scared of this punk. He said, but this Philistine is a punk. All right. He's a midget. I hear what I'm talking about. He's an ant. I hear what I'm talking about. And he gonna fall too. He said, he don't stand a chance, no chance of living out here if you let me at him. Only way he gonna hang me at him. Why? He said, because I kill the enemies of God. Are you hearing me? He said, because this man is God's enemy. He said, and I kill the enemies of God. Just like I killed that lion, just like I killed that bear. He said, this uncircumcised Philistine is about to drop too. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Who's ready to kill some uncircumcised Philistines in your life? Are you hearing me? I said, who's ready to kill some uncircumcised Philistines in your life? It might be the uncircumcised Philistine of fear, might be anxiety, it might be something, but there's some enemies around you that need to die. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? Because they got you dead. They got you living dead, and you need to look at the stuff that's been killing you, and you need to kill it. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? It's time for what? Some stuff to die. Are you hearing me? And not us, because we are not the walking dead. We are the kings and queens of God. We have the spirit of courage and of a sound mind. We ain't afraid of nothing and nobody and everything. We ain't asking about nothing. We ain't come to take sides, baby. We come to take. Oh! Are you picking up what I'm putting down? It's time for you to make some big money. The only way you're gonna make some big money is you're gonna have to have the first thing you're gonna have is a big heart. But you can't have a big heart unless you got a big cause. Are you listening to me? So who's ready for a big cause? Put BC in the chat, and I'm gonna bless you. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna bless you. Come on, put BC in the chat. I'm gonna bless your attitude because you got a big cause. All right, come on. Who's got a big cause? Let's go. Come on. Let's bless you. Who's got a big cause? Come on, y'all taking too long. Let's move it. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Who's got a big cause up in here? Who's got a big cause? You got a big cause? Come on. You motivated DJ, come on, God bless your big cause. Carlos, God bless your big cause. Plant Daddy, God bless your big cause. Blue Star, God bless your big cause. Love and Creation, God bless your big cause. I meant, okay, God bless your big cause. Trina, God bless your big cause. Gecko, God bless your big cause. Let's go. Let's go. DT, God bless your big cause. Keith, God bless your big cause. Ruby, God bless your big cause. Stella, God bless your big cause. Come on, where you at? Maurice, God bless your big cause. Alvin, God bless your big cause. Sundat, God bless your big cause. Let's go. Who else got a big cause around here? See, big money comes because we got a big cause. You don't worry about the money. Don't worry about that. Money's going to come. And it's coming big. Are you listening to me? When your cause becomes big. So David got a big cause. He said, this punk got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. He said, and not only do I have a big cause, I got what? A big heart because of that big cause. That big cause expanded my heart. So all of us, we need some heart expansion. Are you ready for some heart expansion? If you want some heart expansion, put HE in the chat because I'm going to pray for you that God will expand your heart. Are you hearing me? Enlarge your territory. That's why Jabez said, bless me, oh Lord, Bless me indeed, enlarge my territory. What territory did Jabez want? Enlarge his heart. Oh Lord, bless me indeed. And I pray for increase. Increase in what? I don't need no, I'm not worried about no material stuff increased. If my heart is increased, are you listening to me? When your heart get increased, it makes your cause bigger. And when your cause is bigger, then your territory gets enlarged. Enlarge my territory. Enlarge my territory, Lord, yes. Enlarge my territory, Lord. Oh, Lord. Bless me indeed. What? Bless me indeed. In the deed that I do. Are you hearing me? You ain't never got to ask God to bless you with material stuff. You ain't got to ask him for that. What you ask God to do is to bless your heart to expand, your cause to be enlarged, and then your territory will be enlarged because he will bless you what? Indeed. It's the deeds that we do that bless our life, not what begging for no blessing. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You ain't got to beg God for no blessing. You ain't even got to ask God for no material stuff. It ain't even necessary. What's necessary in life is to do what? Have a big heart and then ask God to expand it. And then what ends up happening is he enlarges your territory. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are y'all dig what I'm saying? Who's ready for some big territory? Put BT in the chat. Who's ready? See, when you have this attitude, you will rule and reign over all the territory that you walk into. Whether you're walking in physically, whether you're online, wherever you are, wherever your presence goes, what is big territory, baby? I mean, listen to me, everything's big around here. We don't do nothing small. Everything we do is big. Why? Because our attitude that we got, our cause that we have, we're willing to die for what? What we believe in and what we stand for. And when you got that kind of attitude, ain't nothing can stop you. You're talking about money. Money ain't nothing. All right. So here's David. He's ready to take over some big territory. Why? Because he has a big heart that was produced. Why? Because he has a big cause. And because he has a big cause, it helped him to develop what? Big skills. See, David wasn't working on little skills, even though he had a little job. See, some of you are, even though you have a little low-paying job right now, that don't mean that you can't be working on big skills. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? See, David was a shepherd, out of sight, out of mind. Nobody knew what was going on with him. Just like some of you all, you're not online right now. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows what's happening with you. But you should be sharpening your skill set wherever you are and turn it into big skills, even though you aren't notable yet. See, when people find out about you, when you show up on the scene, digging the scene with a gangster lane, they be like, man, who is this brother? Who is this sister? What did they develop? Some type of skills. They're like, man, they don't even know you got these kind of skills. Are you listening to me? So big skills is something that you could be working on, even if you got a low paying job. Are you hearing me? David had a low paying job, but he was working on big skills. Are y'all digging what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you following it? All right. David had a low paying job, but he had big skills. Are you listening to me? All right, but why? Because he got a shepherd job. Don't nobody know who David is. David is what? He's not online, he offline. David is what? Ain't nobody paying no attention to David. Ain't nobody paying attention to David with a natural eye. But boy, is his skills being honed. See, that's a problem with people. People don't like to hone their skills. Why don't nobody know who they are? See, y'all see us make a bunch of money, and you say, where does dude come from? He just popped up, somebody show up on your feed, and you thinking they got these skills like yesterday. No, we've been working on these skills in the dark. Why ain't nobody know what was going on? Why didn't nobody even know we even existed? And the reason that we make big money and solve big problems is because we was working on big skill sets in the dark. Was nobody paying attention to what was going on? Why? Because we wasn't doing it to be seen. We was doing it to develop the skill. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? So everybody who's ready for some big skills, put BS in the chat. All right. I gotta get some tissue. Everybody put BS in the chat. See, it ought to be true. When somebody tell you, excuse me, when somebody tell you full of BS, it ought to be true. You should tell them, yeah, you're right. You got me right. Why? I'm full of big skills. They say, man, you better stop BSing around. You're like, I'm BSing around all the time. What you talking about? Man, I'm big skilling. I'm big skilling around all the time. My skills are big, baby. I ain't got no little poo butt skills. I got big skills. Why? Because when you got a big heart, and when you got a big heart, because you got a big cause, and when you got big skills, all right, then you become the only logical choice for people to do business with, and they pay you big checks. Why? Because they can't get this skill set from nobody else. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Are you hear what I'm saying? The only logical choice. Only logical choice. OLC. See, people are out of control, but it ought to be talking about people talking about, oh my God, no, OLC. Only logical choice. So you can take what I do for a living. So I sell tax-free, tax credit producing trust. I'm the only logical choice for everybody I meet. Why? Because they don't know nobody else who can do it. And I ain't met nobody else who do the stuff we do, except the people that work with us. All right? Because people been talking about this stuff for years. Hey man, I want to get my money back from the bank. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to file this, I want to file that. I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. All right. They're like, yeah, and can you come over here and like teach me what you're doing? I'm like, no, you come pay for it and we'll do your stuff because you don't know what you're doing. All right. Why? Boy, don't pay for it. Don't make me no never mind. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Why? Because I'm the only logical choice for you. You ain't got no other choice. If you had another choice, you wouldn't be talking to me. Wouldn't be listening to my corny jokes. Wouldn't be trying to catch up with me. Why? Because I'm oversubscribed. I got more people trying to get a trust and I got time to even do them for. Why? Because I'm the only logical choice because I got skills. Skills that was developed in the dark. Why? Why wasn't nobody paying attention? Putting together a whole team of superstars who've been doing this stuff for years, studying this stuff for year after year after year after year, know all the nooks, all the crannies, how to file all the paper, how to do everything, right? To make sure you get a check back. I got my wife back $1 million tax return. Are you listening to me? Not no hundred, not no $1,000, not $1 million. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Why? Because I got skills, big skills, not no little skills. So if you got to pay me, you got to pay me what? A big check. All right, I move around, okay? Because I'm not trying. If I teach you something for free, God bless you. Go ahead and learn it. If you come buy anything that I sell, I don't sell nothing cheap. I don't have no cheap prices. Why? Because all I make is big money. I don't want no little money. I don't waste my time on it. And if you ever came around me and I was teaching you and you was part of what we do for a living, you'll make big money too. Why? Because you have a skill set that ain't nobody else got. Are you hear what I'm talking about? I got 6 new people that I'm hiring today, teaching them how to. And if you're interested in that, just put it email in at info@stellarwealthmanagement.com. If you're interested in working with us, because we got skills other people ain't got. I don't do stuff that everybody else is doing. Why? Because I only do stuff where I'm the only logical choice, and that's all I teach people. I'm like, stop doing this stuff where everybody else doing what you're doing, because you can't make no big money. You're gonna make little money. Why? Because you are not needed. Are you hearing me? You are not needed. You need a check. I don't need no check, but I am very needed by people. Why? Because I got the spirit of David. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna waste my time honing those skills. That when I get through honing the skill, it's not a big skill. It's not something that's needed. And what now? So even when people buy the stuff I gotta charge little money. Why? Because everybody got that skill. Ain't that common sense? Everybody put CS in the chat. Ain't that just common sense? All right. All right. You need some BS and you need some CS. Right. You need some big skills and you need some common sense. Come on, I ain't got no church. Everybody put CS in that chat. I ain't gonna teach y'all nothing else. I'm teaching y'all how to get rich, all right? How to get big money, not no little money. Running around here wasting your time winning at the Kool-Aid stand. By the time you win, you still lost. Most people's skill sets are so little until if they sharpen them up as sharp as they can possibly get, all they can do is be like, I like the dude who had the meeting with Lil Johnny. I say, what happened with you and Lil Johnny, man? He's like, man, I told Lil Johnny, bro, you dig. I won that negotiation. I'm like, what negotiation? They like, with Lil Johnny. I said, what you do? I said, I wasn't giving him nothing more than 250. Like 250 for what? for that lemonade. I said, what the heck? You squalls little Johnny at the lemonade stand? He's like, yeah, man. But you know what? I got skills, boy. I got skills. I'm like, yeah, but you suffering from LS. What's that? You suffering from LS. What's that? Little skills. Yeah, you got some skills, but they look. When you win, you still lost. You're just at the top of the bottom, and the winners are the losers. You hear what I'm saying? And the best of the worst. Do you know most people are in a mad dash to the bottom to prove how smart they are? I'm like, but you still gonna lose. Your family ain't no generational money. Money is made because the skill set is big. Money is made because you're the only logical choice to solve what? Big problems. You say, so why people coming to you, Brother Ricky? They got big problems. Why? What's their number one problem? They can't get their money back from the bank. And they don't know nobody else who can help them do it. That's a big problem. You hear what I'm saying? So that's why I don't play with folks and trifle around with people and kiss nobody's butt and smooth up to people and try to get them to like me and all that kind of no. You can like me or not like me. I like me. All right. And that's the way you should live too. You're a king, you're a queen. You should have big skills. When you got big skills, you ain't got to do all that butt kissing. Are you listening to me? Don't make no sense how much booty the people of God is kissing. God's people, booty kisses. Don't make no sense. You only kissing butt because you ain't got no big skills. Ain't nobody with big skills kissing butt. Are you hearing me? We don't play that stuff. Somebody roll up on us and say one dumb thing to me. All right? One dumb thing, not two. One dumb thing, you're gonna be gone. You're gonna be up out of here so fast, it's gonna make your head spin. Why? Because we got big skills. Not because we arrogant, not because we narcissistic. We just what? We got enough common sense to study stuff to do. That ain't nobody. So when we show up in the marketplace, you can take it or leave it. Don't make us no never mind. Why? Your skill set should be so good until people have to pay you for your skill set. But if they don't never even want to pay you for your skill set will pay you so much until you don't even need their money. Are you hear what I'm talking about? We got big skills over here. It's 1,700 of us. With me and my friend Shannon Millionaire Bar. This is another skill set we got. And we buy and sell crypto. We buy and sell crypto on a primary market that nobody else even know exists. 1,700 of us in the world. All right. You say that can't be so, Brother Ricky. Speak for yourself. Don't speak for me. I speak for me. I'm telling you what's going on. When I tell you something, it ain't no sale. It's an announcement. Are you hearing me? Are you listening to me? When you got skills, you don't sell stuff. You just announce it. And then tell people do what they want to do. Why? Because we got the skill set. So we're going to do it whether you do it or not. Are you listening to me? I'm trying to help set y'all free because the stuff y'all be selling and the little poo-blay prices y'all be charging and all the butts you be kissing is ridiculous. And you're a man and a woman of God. No. We don't live like that. The way that we live is we develop skills so we don't have to beg. We develop skills so people have to access nicely, kindly, in a good attitude, with a good spirit and a good disposition. Can I get some of that? All right. And then we tell them what the price is. My new program is $1 million. Why? Because we got skills. Are you listening to me? Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how cold our skills are. Let me tell you how much money you can make. Potentially, you can make it just in crypto alone. All right. So we buy crypto. We buy them out of tax-free trust. So that's two amazing skill sets. That means we can buy them. I can make $100 million this year and ain't even got to pay taxes on it. You gonna make $100,000 this year and they're gonna whack the hell out you. You're gonna make $100,000 this year and you're gonna give about $35,000 of it up back to the government, and you already ain't make no money because that's small money. All right. I'm talking about big skills. I'm talking about a big heart, and I'm talking about big money. So when you got big skills and a big heart, then you ain't got to be acquiescing people and faking like you like people and stuff. People I don't like, I just tell them to their face, man, I don't like you. All right. When the last time you made a check that was so big until you can look at the person you don't like and tell them, I do not like you? When was the last time? When was the last time you told them how you really felt? All right. Y'all know y'all be hanging around some busters. Why? Because you make little checks. And when you make a little check, you got to act like you like this buster. They be saying stuff that you don't even make no sense, disrespecting you. And you be like, you trying to figure it out, trying to have these kind of all up under stress. You dig what I'm saying? 6 days a week, 7 days a week, dealing with these busters, these butts. What? We don't respect the people of God. Why don't respect the people of God? Because the people of God got little skills. Are you hearing me? We got churchy people talking about, I get it all when I get to heaven. Walking around, they skill set so small. I'm talking about playing handball on the curb. I'm like them little bitty skills, man. Anybody gonna pay you for that? All right. Develop some skills that other people don't have. All right. Big skills that other people don't have, and have a big heart. You got to have a big heart to develop big skills. Why? Because you got to have big faith to believe it's going to be worth all that work you put into it. Are you hearing me? I've told y'all before, but I might as well tell y'all again. I was doing this webinar 4 years ago with my daughter, Ebony. Me and Ebony used to work together, my youngest daughter, who just made a 28th birthday yesterday. Thank God for that. And so I get through doing a webinar. Ebony's laughing at me all hard, laughing at me, laughing at me, laughing at me. I say, what's so funny, girl? She said, because you crazy. I said, how you call me crazy? She said, you on this webinar doing all that screaming and hollering. I said, girl, I scream and holler. That's what I do. She said, yeah, but ain't nobody on the webinar but me and you. So you crazy. So she laughing and stuff. Because I was on a webinar and really wasn't nobody on there but me and her. All right. Nobody. I knew it too. And I was saying stuff like I'm talking to y'all. I was like, y'all don't hear me. You don't hear me. Anybody out there hear me? She said, no, ain't nobody out there. So you crazy. What was I doing? I was BSing around. What? You say, are you cussing, Brother Ricky? No, I was big skilling around. Are you hearing me? You need some BS up in you. What? Some big skills, baby. I hear what I'm talking about. If you're going to get a big check, and you get those skills where? In the private. Are you listening to me? You get them skills where? On the down low. You get them skills where? Well, ain't nobody else even looking. Why? Because you got a big cause. And you know, if anybody's going to ever find out about your big cause, that you're going to have to be developing some big skills someplace by yourself where ain't nobody else even paying no attention. Why? Because you love people so much. That's why. When you love people and you're willing to die for what you believe in, and you want to make sure everybody else is all right, man, please. Man, that's enough motivation right there to run the whole entire world. Are you listening to me? It need to be more love up in this Holy Ghost club. Are you hear what I'm talking about? When you love folks and that stuff is burning inside of you, you got to tell it. You got to reveal your skills. Some of y'all got skills that ain't never been revealed. Are you listening to me? I know it. I can feel it in my spirit when I'm talking to you. I'm like, why are you asleep on your skills? Why are you holding back on your skills? Why aren't you developing and honing your skills? I got an answer for you. It's because you need to get a bigger heart. My prayer for you all today is that God will give you plenty of heart, plenty of courage, that He'll stir you up, that you won't even be able to sleep at night, that you'll toss, that you'll turn. Do you know how many days I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning? I'm just trying to sleep. I'm just trying to sleep. And God was like, no, wake up, son. I'm like, what's going on today, Lord? He's like, it's time for you to increase your skills. I'm like, what you want me to study now? I'm like, I know the Bible like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Well, what you want me to learn today? He's like, no, you don't, son. No, you don't, son. You got to work on your skills. I'm like, I'm 62. When you want to be able to slow down and just relate, say, no, you never. Until the day you drop dead, Brother Ricky. Your job is to work on what your skills. Wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to sit down and start writing. And what? Developing more skills. More skills. Why? Because I love you. That's why. I got a question. Do you love me? I got another question for you. Do you love us? I got an even bigger question. Do you love God? All right. So if you love God, you love yourself, and you love us, why I'm not being exposed to your skills? Huh? How could you do that? How can you sleep at night knowing you got skills that ain't being revealed? Are you listening to me? Are you hearing me? It's time to reveal your skills. If you determined to reveal your skills, all right, put I do in the chat. Let's go. Are you determined? Come on, let's speak up, speak up, speak up. Are you determined to reveal your skills? Because it's time for you to get paid. It's time for you to get paid big time. But the reason you're going to get paid is because you got skills, baby. Are you listening to me? We'll be glad to pay you. I'll be glad to show me some skills. I'm an easy dude to get some money from. You got some skills. Are you hearing me? Come on, who promises? Who promises? All right. Come on, come on. Come on, let's start some love affairs up in here. Who promised? All right, Trina, let's go. All right, Miss Awesome, let's go. Abiel, all right, let's go. Who else promised? Let's go. Let's go, B-Man. Come on, let's go, Fred. Let's go. Let's go. All right, who else promised? All right. Are you gonna reveal your skills? Are y'all gonna listen to this lesson and leave out of here with no courage? Are you listening to me? Who's ready to reveal their skills? Let's go. That's right, Keith. Let's go. Let's go. DT, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, Arlene, let's go. Come on, come on. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's time for you to reveal your skills. It's time for you to reveal your skills. All right. So what you've been working on is in a dark, bring it on out. Okay? That's enough. It's enough of you writing the 18th chapter of that book. All right. That book don't need 18 chapters. I'll say, is your book out yet? Oh, I'm on chapter number 18, Brother Rick. Chapter 18. Chapter 18. It takes 18 chapters. I ain't got a book that's got past like 7 chapters. Why? Because I want you to read it. What the heck? I send you a book with 18 chapters to it. You're going to put that on the shelf. Are you listening to me? All my books are like 7 chapters and down. Why? Because I want to make sure that y'all ain't, that you actually read the book. See, when you're doing something for people, the point is for the person to actually do it. When you're doing something for people. Excuse me, y'all, we're still live here. Can you talk low and close the door? I can't believe it. My wife and my daughter, they just act like they don't know what's going on around here. Can you believe it? Huh? Everybody put woo in the chat for me. Woo! W-E-H-W. Woo! Can't even do it live. And don't be laughing either. It's not funny. They laughing at me too. Just laughing at just no respect. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield up in this piece. I get no respect. No respect. So y'all better have some fun too. That's one reason y'all butt cheeks too doggone tight. That's why y'all can't make no money. You'll make some big money, and you need to have some big fun. All right. Y'all too doggone stuck up. That little bitty. That's why you be looking at the little bitty chick, because you don't know how to laugh. You don't know how to have no fun. Got all that house all stiff. Everybody butt cheeks all tight, cracking walnuts. All right. So here's David. Let's finish the story. So here's David. He's at the scene, and so he actually says, "So I got big skills now." He says, "And I got a big heart." Okay. All right. He says, "I got a really big cause too." All right. He said, "I'm ready to solve this little problem that's a big problem to y'all, because it's a little problem to me. It's so little to me until I'm ready to run up on it." Are you hear what I'm talking about? Who ready to run up on their money? I said, who ready to run up on their money? I said, not you, honey. How's she gonna run up on her money? She already rich. All right. So I guess you could get richer. I guess so. All right. So who ready to run up on their money? If you're ready to run up on their money, put I'm running. Come on, let's go. Come on, y'all ready? Come on, we're gonna run up on this giant. Because this giant ain't nothing but a midget. I said, put I'm running if y'all ready. Come on, y'all ready? Y'all ready? I say, are y'all ready? I said, come on, we're gonna finish the story now. We're gonna run up on this giant and give him the business. Are y'all ready? Let's go. Are y'all ready? Come on. If y'all ready, just while y'all watching this, just run in place. Y'all need some exercise anyway. All right. So just run in place while we do the rest of this. Y'all ready? so here's David. David said, I'm ready for this. He said, I'm ready for my money. All right. He said, I'm ready for my money. Because they told him, he said, what do I get? He said, what do I get if I knock him out? They say, well, you get the king's daughter's hand in marriage. He like, what was that again? He was like, you get the king's daughter hand in marriage. He like, he's like, wait a minute, players. You sure you don't want to add something to that pot? Right. He said, yeah, she fine. I seen the king's daughter. That's all good and all that. But what about the cheddar? All right. I need a big paycheck. Okay. I'm about to knock off a big problem that y'all got. It's a little problem to me, but it's a big problem to you. So I need to get paid. All right. I need to get paid, bro. All right. Take my skills elsewhere. All right. So they said, oh, you get the king's daughter hand in marriage, and you get you be tax free. Oh, David said, what you say? He said, you'll be tax free, bro. He said, what? He said, yeah, IRC code 6033A, tax free ministry trust. They were like, what? Tax free? He's like, They wrote David a trust right on the spot. You know what I mean? They gave David an irrevocable tax-free trust right on the spot. Did you hear what I said? Why? Because he had skills and he was able to do what? Solve a big problem. So David did what? He said, man, he said, I got my trust in place. They're like, yeah. He's like, word up, let's go then. Okay. So he got him a slingshot. Now Saul tried to put some clothes on him. Saul was like, hey man, put on this armor, all this stuff. And David was like, I can't wear that stuff, man. He said, I'm gonna go solve a big problem. He said, I can't solve no big problem with no inadequate tool. All right. He said, because I got skills. He said, and the skills that I have mean that the stuff you doing, it don't work. You know what I'm amazed at with people? Excuse me. A person have a big problem. A big problem. This happens a lot. And I got to get out of here because I got to teach the sales team. And how much time I got? I got 6 minutes and I got to teach the sales team. So this is what amazes me about people. The person got a big problem. You got big skills. You can solve their problem. They try to tell you how to solve their problem. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. I'm like, if you knew how to solve your problem, you'd be solving it. All right. I'm not going to come into your midst and solve your problem the way you want to solve it. You don't know what you're doing. If you knew what you was doing, y'all better get this. When you start talking to the next person and it's time for them to pay you, and it's time for you to put the strategy in place to solve their problem, and they start trying to tell you how to solve their problem, you let them know, the deal's off. Okay? Don't even worry about it. Just go ahead on and do it the way you was getting ready to do it. And bounce. Take your skills someplace else. Are you hearing me? Because we solve big problems around here. So we get big checks and we deserve every penny we got. Are you listening to me? And if you're solving big problems, then you deserve every penny somebody gives you. It's time for you to come out them little microscope checks and get these big checks. And you look at a person in his face, and if he don't want to give you your big check based on your terms, then you check them and bounce. So David was like, I can't put on that stuff, Saul. I can't put on that stuff. I can't put on that stuff. You're like, that stuff don't work for you. How in the world is going to work for me? I'm amazed at how broke people want to give a person with skills advice. I'm like, you ain't got no money because you ain't got no skills. So how dare you try to pass your broke advice over to me? And I'm the one helping you. This ain't the first time this retarded stuff done happened when it happened to you, all right? Don't you think you're the only person that be going through that? You talking to folk and they trying to coach you. I'm like, you're going to hire a coach and then you're going to try to coach the coach. Are you listening to me? David is the coach here, not Saul. Are you listening to me? Saul got a problem, that he cannot do nothing with. A big problem that he cannot solve, but it's a small problem to David because David has solved bigger problems already. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you digging what I'm saying? So he said, I can't go with that. He said, so you keep that stuff. He said, and he said, give me all I need is a slingshot and a couple of rocks. All right. So he got some smooth stones. Ran what? Towards the big problem. Why? Because it was a little problem with him, because he had a big cause, he had a big heart, because he had a big heart, he had big skills. And baby, when you got big skills, you don't need number one rock. You hear me? What? Big problem on the ground. All right. Problem on the ground. Problem on the ground. I stopped out here to tell you today. Get a big heart. Get a big cause. Get some big skills. And every problem you've seen is going to be laying on the ground up under your feet, and you're going to trample that thing. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about that. Have a beautiful, phenomenal, fantastic, all-inspiring day. And remember that stellar is as stellar does. Love you all. Now get out here and get them big checks. All right, let's go. All right. Big money today. Big money. Big money. I release you to big money. I release you